America Meditating Blog Talk Radio Show. We collect wisdom, hear stories, and inspire each other. I'm Sister Jenna. Tune in live from Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.
The entire world watched.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
And humanity saw that the sky was not the limit. Achievement. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to America Meditating Radio. I'm your host, Sister Jenna, broadcasting from the beautiful Meditation Museum in the nation's capital, and we're inviting you to really come out and be with us in thought and in words and in deeds, and continue to raise the frequency of this incredible and powerful country and make our present and our future something that the world can turn towards and become a very positive story. Stay tuned. We're going to have Jeff Brandes on the America Meditating. Jeff is known as the Athlete Mindset Coach and is a professional speaker on how to build success. Before we get Jeff on, why don't we do what we do best here, and that is to take you into the zone, the touchdown, right, to take you upward and inwards in a place of incredible peace and power of the human mind. Breathe in, relax, and let's take it to another level upwards. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment, to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender, to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion. nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you, and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time. Welcome back. That was Letting Go from my Off the Grid Into the Heart, guaranteed to take you to a higher level of your best. And speaking about best, Jeff Brandes is known as the Athlete Mindset Coach and is a professional speaker, mindset and success coach, certified strength and conditioning specialist, author, entrepreneur. Jeff has been teaching, coaching, mentoring, and making a difference in people's lives for over 30 years. Jeff is the author of Be Your Best Now, the 4 Keys of Strengthening the Climb Toward Your Success and Making Every Rep Count. Jeff believes that life is about opening up your heart, mind, and spirit so that you can find the real truth of who you really are and what your soul is driven to do and be, to be heart-centered. Today we welcome Jeff Brandes on the American Meditating Radio Show. Welcome, Jeff. How are you?
Oh, I'm outstanding. Thank you for having me, Sister Jenna.
Oh, well, I didn't even know you were local, and I'm even more excited about that.
Oh, I know. I was excited. It would be great even. Listen, we will have a chance to meet in person. There's no doubt about it.
There you go. That's what I really want to hear. Jeff, one of the things that I love to explore in my conversations with the incredible guests on our show is about their journey, their life, how it unfolded for you, and what you have been learning about yourself on the higher purpose. What was it that got Jeff onto his path of coaching and trying to help people to become a better sense of themselves?
Wow, it gets heavy right away, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was light.
Well, I guess that's just the way I look at it because, everything that we do plays a role in who we become. And
right.
From day one, I have always been a motivator. I always wanted to uplift people's spirits, and as a kid, and I remember being a teenager, getting my first set of weights and beginning my journey with fitness as a teenager, but then even then bringing kids in the neighborhood into my basement where there's weights and there's some cardio equipment and there's a stereo that's blasting, and I'm already encouraging as a teenager to be the best that they can be and introduce them to health and fitness and wellness and that kind of thing. So from day one, I've been coaching people, and it's just a matter about evolving through, my college years and then going through the schooling and, kind of making it a little bit more official as I went into the fitness industry, officially got into fitness and teaching fitness and motivating people and so forth. And in that corporate world, I got to the point where I think I just ran into a little bit of a stalemate of sorts. I mean, I loved fitness. I loved coaching personal trainers. I had running, the daily operations of a fitness center, an athletic club, but I knew there was just much more. I mean, I am constantly evolving, and it wasn't until recently, I guess about 2008, I kind of hit that little rut myself, and I had a great conversation with my wife, Kelly, and we just decided that with her support, obviously, I couldn't be doing this without her. I wanted to enter into the entrepreneurial world and do more things. I knew I wanted to speak more and get out there in a bigger way and write and get my message out there. I have so much inside of me that I just want to get out and teach people and help people that I'm always ready to burst. Pretty intense at times. Yeah, so that in October of 2009, Making Every Rep Count, LLC, I formed that, and that's my in-home personal training business that I still have today. And then a couple years after that, I just encouraged myself to continue to grow through my encouragement of my mentors, and they just saw so much more in me to continue to take those risks and those chances and to grow, and it's all about personal growth, getting the most out of our talents, and that's when I created the Heart and Mind of Success, and now the Athlete Mindset Coach. So
yeah, we'll talk more about all of that because, when you were sharing earlier on in the conversation about there's just so much in you that you just want to let the whole world know and burst about it, I was remembering when I was in my 20s, that was such an important place to be in. And I'm wondering if you have observed yourself reaching a place where it was okay for you to be the holder of that treasure store of wisdom. And so everyone who actually came into your connection, that was your audience of 1 million people. And I remembered when I made that shift for myself in my 30s, and it was just so clear for me, Jeff, that I was being sustained by whatever the divine or the universe was bestowing upon me. And its organic unfolding would be fine if it reached 1 million people or if it reached one. So I'm just wondering if you've reached that point, because I remembered there was a huge shift in the way my energy functioned. It was no longer trying to exit itself. It was naturally exiting itself by my one-on-one experiences with each other. Your thoughts about that?
I'm going to say I've recently gone through that transformation, and I'm 48 years old now, so I think I've just gotten better and better, more seasoned with age and experience. And I think just recently, in these past couple years, I have experienced the most clarity in my life and the most sense of purpose that it's hard to even put that into words. I just know everything that I've done before this, every experience that I have had has contributed to, who I am right now. And I'm just so grateful that I've allowed myself to evolve and haven't been afraid to grow and to get out there in a big, big way. And it's always been a dream. And I can have an audience of one, and we can be in the most amazing conversation and just be connected. Or I could be in an arena of thousands of people and wanting to get my message across as well.
I was raised by a yogi, and she's now 100 years old, Daddy Janki.
Wow.
And on 3 occasions, she told me, you will uplift millions. And I would look at her and go, I just want to hang out with my buddies, Daddy. I don't know what you're talking about. And, I still see myself, even Sister Gita, who's with me, she'll see me just go, I'm just going to hang out with my friends. And she's like, no, you've got like an audience of 2,000 people waiting here. They can wait. I'm not interested. This is what I want to do.
Funny.
And I'm realizing that sometimes my one-on-one feels like I'm being built and designed to be more even authentic when I'm talking to the thousands. I want to talk about your book. Congratulations. In your book, Be Your Best Now, you identify 4 keys to strengthening the climb towards success. What is the most important key, Jeff? And what type of mindsets tend to lead us to success?
Well, I could probably make a case for each one of those keys. If I had to really pick a key, and go for it, just because of the bulk of the words and the feelings and the experiences that I felt preparing this book. I'm going to have to go with key number 2, the foundation of success. And because within that key, I talk about extreme focusing on living in the here and now, and that present moment awareness and mentality, which is so crucial, because I think that's where only true living is done, and right here in the present moment. The vision of clarity, when you're setting specific goals and you have clear intentions that you set out to the universe, and you do ask for that help and that direction and that guidance, and then the ability to face your fears and challenge yourself. I think that's so empowering when you can face fears and take action, and that's a big part of this focus. A key is to have the power and the strength of the true faith and true belief, and all that's fine, but you have to take massive action if you're going to want to succeed in whatever it is your passion is, and that's the key. I mean, I love all the mindset work and the exercises and strategies and techniques of a daily mindset routine, but you have to take action and say yes to opportunity, and that takes risk at times. That takes courage. You have to take those steps if you really want to be the best that you can be.
True. That is so absolutely point on, and I think many of us, we think a lot, we plan a lot, we strategize a lot, but how many of us are bringing it to action? And that's when, just even this morning alone, Jeff, I was playing around with one of our burners on the stove. It's been broken for like a month. Everybody passes it by. Oh, it's broken. Okay, we should get it fixed. Oh, one day we'll get it fixed. So I'm by myself, and when I'm by myself, I'm more aware of a lot of things around me, so I kind of feel like I take a deep breath and then I just let it all out when it needs to come out beautifully. And I fixed the stove, and I said I could keep thinking and talking about that stove, but until I bring that into action, as you said, how do you know what success looks like if you haven't put some sort of action in, right?
Yeah. It's you can't live with the I'm going to philosophy. You're going to be you're going to be running on a treadmill.
That is so true. Now, you work with a lot of athletes, and some athletes are said to have trouble, coping with performance anxiety, fear of failure, fear of making mistakes. And there's a new film coming up called Concussion about football players and the amount of brain injury that they endure, and that the NFL is even aware of that. But, business as usual. So, here you are dealing with people who are very driven, who really need to succeed. Does fear tend to hold people back from success, or can it be a motivator, such as an athlete?
Well, I'm going to say both.
Tell me more.
It's absolutely both. Fear can, here's the negative side of fear. Fear can absolutely paralyze you to the point where you're not taking any action. You're just totally scared to death.
Wow.
Or you're so scared of losing, so fearful of defeat, that you do whatever it takes not to experience that, or at least to limit your number of losses or number of defeats as a team or as an individual athlete. And then that can motivate you to be the best that you can be as well. So it's kind of ironic that there's two sides to that coin.
Right. So what do we do with fear, Jeff? What do you tell your clients when they're fear-driven, whether it's to allow the paralysis to just say, don't do any more because you might fail, versus the fear is so overwhelming that it's got your heart raging, right? And it goes push, 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 go for it. What do you usually tell your clients when you know that there's still fear there and it's getting in the way in some way or the other?
I would say number one, acknowledge the fear. Don't run from it. Face it by, at first, just acknowledging it. It's okay to say, I'm afraid. It's okay. We're human. It's acknowledge that, address it, but just don't pay rent in that space and live there, so to speak. You would acknowledge it, and then we release it. And we work on releasing it through the mindset strategies and tools such as meditation and visualization and imagery and creating affirmations and declarations and working on vision boards and working on personal journal writing where we're constantly getting our thoughts out there so we can practice new thoughts, a new way of thinking. In order to succeed and get out of that fear, we have to change either the way we think or the way we do things, one or the other or both. And I first like people to address and just acknowledge that they're afraid of one thing or another, and then we can go to work. Then we can come with a game plan. And the biggest philosophy that I have behind that is that we give everything the meaning that it has. Now, when you stop and think about that, that's the reason why we respond to different issues. That's why two different people can respond. You and I could look at a situation and you could laugh at it. I could cry at it. It's because we both give it a different meaning. It's because of our experiences in our life, the things that we've been involved with, grew up with, surrounded by, influenced by. They're the things that create the beliefs that we have. And to change your mindset, we have to change those beliefs to change the way you think. And the freedom is that we can do that at any time we choose to. It just takes practice. It's definitely not easy, but it can be done, and it's done with work.
It's a life journey. Jeff, what have you learned over all these years as we come to a close of our conversation in coaching and being an author and a husband? I don't know if you're a dad.
No, not a dad, but...
Working on it. Okay, so...
Well, no, we have no children. My wife and I, we've been married. We have an anniversary coming up, and it'll be 14 years. But we do have an 8-year-old female German Shepherd named Bailey that we love and don't have children, but we're okay with that.
Of course. So tell me, what have you learned so far at this point in your journey? What does Jeff walk with as his interpretation of life?
What a great question. Well, my interpretation of life is that it is... If I had to put it in a nutshell, it's meant to be lived. I really believe that we do have a purpose, and I think we should be on a mission to find out who we really are and what is our purpose here in our physical form on the earth at this very time. And the things that I've learned over my time so far, things such as being present, being open to the surprise, definitely believing in yourself. I believe the strongest thing that a person can have is confidence, and that mentality to never give up. To no matter what during the adversity that you experience, to create a mindset that has persistence and perseverance and tenacity within it. Realize that failure can be your friend. It can be the greatest teacher of all. And once you're not afraid to fail anymore, once you're afraid not to make a mistake, there's a freedom that you'll feel that is second to none. It'll take all the pressure that life has an opportunity to put on someone, and you'll release it. Once you really or truly are not afraid to fail. And we have to realize that we really do have to fail to find out how really, really good we are. We don't know until we fail. So that's why we have to keep striving to be the best that we can be. And gratitude, I'd have to say, finish that up with gratitude. It's always, I'm always so grateful, even during the most troubling times in my life, during this journey of building my success, is that there's always something to be grateful for. And if we can keep our eye on that and our feeling on that, then we'll bring more into our life to be grateful for.
Amen, and that is so true. Just in what you were sharing, I was realizing a conversation that Oprah had, I think it was about a year ago, and I'll never forget what she said. And she said failure isn't really failure to her. It's just for her to recognize that she might have missed something. And so it becomes such an opportunity where you're amplifying, like, I missed something, so let me go back and see how I can tweak that. And ever since I heard that, I think I've really held that there really is no failure. It's just check what you're missing. And I believe in that, and I've added to the beautiful closing remarks that you just made. Jeff Brandes, thank you so much for joining us on the America Meditating Radio. Would love to have you at the Meditation
Thank you.
Museum. Yeah, come on over and sample your book and do a book signing. We'd love to organize that for you. Is there a website? Yeah, is there a website that our listeners can get a hold of you if they wish?
Yes, it's www.jeffbrandes.com.
Beautiful, Jeff. Thank you so much. All the very best.
Great. Thank you so much, Sister Jenna. I'm grateful for our time together and such a joyful event right here this morning. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. Bye-bye. So here we go. It's about interpretation. It's about the way that we are carrying our experiences. Two people can hear the same story, like all of you are listening to this conversation, and every one of us will walk away with a unique experience and a unique interpretation, all on our own. Would like to turn the lines now to our beloved Sister Gita, who's going to be reading us something very special today. Sister Gita, what do you have?
Good day and all the best. I'm remembering the Wizard of Oz and the lion that went to the Oz to get courage. And so I know when there's any element of fear, it's coming from an experience. You actually had done something, and the experience is there, and at times this is what's emerging. So courage. I need courage to remain true to myself in today's artificial world that is not a small thing at all. However, the very purpose of a spiritual study is to restore courage. The courage to stand for what I believe in. My original true nature is that of peace and divinity. To experience this is to be convinced of the absolute value of my intrinsic worth. I can therefore face any opposition with the strength of my conviction. Many people have difficulty believing in their higher self. Others simply no longer believe in the future. Self-realization removes doubts and fears. My original nature is peace. I am not a slave to my personality trait. I am their creator. I am a spectator as well as an actor in this drama of life. Whatever is happening is beneficial. See it. As I incorporate these truths into my life, my courage will never fail me. Have a courageous day. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much. That was quite beautiful, Sister Gita. And a great way to close today's show. Remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. And we are here to love each other the same. So let's do that. And we will end today's show with Elijah Ray on his beautiful track called Band of Light. And one of my all-time favorite songs is Elijah Says That He Really Loves Being Here. Take care, everyone.
Say